Most of us have heard of something called self-talk. The talk about ourselves inside our very own heads, and often that talk is not very flattering. Often we are running down ourselves, putting ourselves down, telling ourselves we can't do it, we'll never be able to change this thing. It's kind of a gloom and doom thing usually for our self-talk. Well, I want to introduce an equally harmful kind of inner talk, and I call it inner spouse talk. That's right, the kind of talk that you have going on inside your head about your husband. And often it's not very flattering. You're telling yourself, he's a loser, he's a big fat stinking jerk, I never should have married him, he doesn't even love me, he doesn't even love the kids, he's worthless, he's lazy, on and on and on and on, right? Or maybe I should have never married him entirely, whatever the negative spousal talk is. Often super unflattering. And here's the thing that I know. As it says in Proverbs 18:21, the power of life and death is in the tongue. As you keep on talking to yourself inside your head poorly about your spouse, about your husband, your actions, your thoughts, your feelings follow that. And you slowly kill off your marriage. You become so resentful as you just keep on talking smack about your husband in your head. You become maybe depressed. And eventually you feel like, I shouldn't even be with this man. And you might even end up divorcing him. I know it sounds like kind of a ridiculous path, but it often happens if we let this negative inner spouse talk just run rampant. How about if we take control? How about if we be intentional about the kind of talking about our husband inside our very own heads? This is the essence of 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5, to take every thought captive. So when you find yourself talking smack about your husband in your head, how about if you stop yourself and say, this is not going to lead to life. This is not going to lead to a healthy marriage. This is not going to lead to me being healthy. How about if you replace those negative thoughts, those negative words that you're telling yourself about your husband with positive words? And I know you think, well, there aren't any positive words. If only you knew my husband. Well, you know what? I know there are some positive things about your husband. How about if you dwell on those? How about if you start reminding yourself of some of the good qualities of your husband? Does he occasionally play with the children? That's great. Remind yourself of that. Say, man, again, in your head, say, I just love that he takes time out every once in a while when he's tired to play with the kids. See how it turns things around, and your feelings may very well follow that inner positive spouse talk.